Now, a group of women in support of Senator AISHA Binani have staged a peaceful protest in front of the INEC Headquarters in Abuja, demanding a conclusion to the pending governorship election in Adamawa State, and also want the Electoral Commission to resist any attempt to rig the process. This is as another group of civil society organizations as the governorship candidate of the of the APC in Adamawa State is desperate for power and is whipping up sentiment to manipulate the electoral process. TVC News senior correspondent Femi Akonde reports on this.
It seems the headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission is the new destination for people dissatisfied over the outcome of the just concluded elections in the country. The inconclusive governorship election in Adamawa State and the uncertain fate of the most prominent female governorship candidate has pushed these women to occupy INEC headquarters in protest over an alleged attempt to manipulate the process.
Prompt release of result of Adamawa State governorship elections of Senator AISHA Binani in line with votes in her favor.
What I believe is that what is going to happen is the INEC to do the right thing so that we women will be happy.
But the Electoral Commission insists it will ensure the process is transparent and will not be tilted to favor any political, religious or socio-cultural sentiments.
I want to promise Nigerian women that this commission has no political party. This commission does not support any candidate. This commission does not support any individual. This commission is not beholden to any person. The commission will go to Adamawa State and conduct a supplementary election.
The APC senator representing Adamawa North in the National Assembly, Elisha Abo, has alleged that there was massive voter suppression in the state and the result from Fofore local government was declared under duress. Now he wants the Electoral Commission to review the results collated across the states.
What is wrong with Adamawa State? Whose interests are you protecting? We are calling on INEC to quickly review this election result.
Senator AISHA Binani of the All Progressives Congress is locked in a fierce contest with PDP's Ahmadu Fintiri, incumbent governor of Adamawa State.
Binani was never announced the winner of Adamawa governorship election.
This civil society organization counters allegations made by Senator Binani's camp, alleging that there is a deliberate effort to rig her out. Concerned Citizens for Peace and Development claim AISHA Binani's desperation for power is a threat to peace in the state.
What we are saying here today is that only fairness and justice are what will save Adamawa from the claws of crisis. Because the simple fact is that Binani didn't win the election. And INEC must ensure that attempt to compromise it and change and cancel units to favor Binani will be resisted by the people, especially we as concerned citizens and especially citizens from Adamawa State.
INEC is yet to announce a new date for the conclusion of the Adamawa State governorship election. There is growing tension and uncertainty as the fate of the two front-runners in the inconclusive election hangs in the balance. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Abuja.
Residents of Ekiti State are still in high spirits following the victory of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the presidential election. Residents say that they are expecting massive growth in the economy and infrastructure of the state from the president-elect. Correspondent Ayomide Ajayigbe has a story.
From Ado Ekiti to Ikere Ekiti, it's carnival-like atmosphere since the outcome of the presidential election. Residents of the state are ecstatic and optimistic that the Tinubu administration will usher in development in all sectors and made specific demands.
A major area that I think we need to focus on in the state is that of infrastructure, particularly with respect to our road network. We are largely agrarian. Lots of farmers, wherever you go to, The challenge has always been how do we get what they put together on the farm and get it to the cities so that it can be beneficial to them and the community as a whole. So I would say the number one intervention that I think the president-elect should consider as far as the state is concerned, how do you support us to ensure that we improve our road networks across, particularly in rural areas like this one.
The members of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW, in the state also felicitate with the president-elect on his victory at the poll and used the opportunity to draw attention to federal road networks in the state.
There's no doubt the fact that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to be a performer. He's going to perform, and our general belief and demand from him is that most of our business is on the road, or let me say majorly our business is on the road. So we want Asiwaju to, as a matter of urgency, take rehabilitation and reconstruction of roads all over the country a priority.
We will implore Asiwaju to pay attention to the federal road in all the southwest and look at training of the nation. You know, if we have good roads, you know, we'll be happy. We as a motorist, we'll be happy.
The February 25 presidential election in Ekiti State saw Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the APC get about 65% of the vote cast, and residents can only hope that it will usher in a dawn of a new era. Ayomide Ajaybe, TVC News, Ekiti.
In other matters now, the National Orientation Agency says that the population and housing census will commence on the 3rd of May this year. NOA, as it is called, the Director General, Garba Abari, while speaking with News Agency of Nigeria, says that the exercise will commence on Wednesday, May the 3rd, and end on Friday, May the 5th. Mr. Abari says that the exercise will capture every person, household, and structure for national planning and project execution purposes. He said that the change in the date was due to the postponement of the gubernatorial and State House of Assembly elections. In April 2022, the federal government announced that it will conduct the national census after the general election. Mr. Abari also described the census and the 2023 election as major national events with significant importance. And now let's tell you that the former Chief of General Staff, or Chief of the Staff Defense Headquarters, retired General Lieutenant General Oladipo Diya, is dead. The former deputy to late General Sani Abacha, who hails from Ogun State, passed away in the early hours of Sunday at the age of 78. Lieutenant General Oladipo Diya joined the Nigerian Defense Academy in Kaduna and fought during the Nigerian Civil War. He was appointed Chief of General Staff in 1993 and Vice Chairman of the Provisional Ruling Council in 1994. As Chief of the General Staff, he was second in command and the de facto Vice President of Nigeria under Abacha from 1994. Meanwhile, the family of late Lieutenant General Oladipo Diya, retired, has described his death as a great loss, creating a vacuum that cannot be filled. Senior correspondent Ivy Kanu has more on this.
Short statement during his 77th birthday celebration captioned a clarion call for peace in a nation in dire need of unity. Late Lieutenant General wrote, and I quote, "As mortals, we must celebrate every day as it comes." And that celebration for him came to an end on 26th of March, 2023. His residence at Adekunle Fajoyi GRA, Ikeja, Lagos is playing host to family members, former colleagues in the army, business associates, and other sympathizers. Though he died at an advanced age, the mood here is that of sorrow as most visitors came with their heads bowed. At his home, a condolence register has been opened. His widow is surrounded by loved ones. Friends and associates described the second-in-command to the late military head of state, Sani Abacha, as a man who made significant impact.
Diya stood for honesty and is a firm individual. He doesn't believe in gossips. When he was vice president, he was always standing with the people. Even during the time of June 12 problems, he stood with us.
He was a disciplined man. He had every opportunity to steal money, but he did not. When he was governor of Ogun State, if you steal money, he will throw you in the guard room. In 1993, he had every opportunity to become the head of state of this country. Every camera was looking towards him to become the president of this nation, but he stepped down for General Abacha.
When he was appointed military governor of Ogun State, he imbibed some discipline into that state, during which he banned night parties in Ogun State.
His love for education, I am not sure he was able to consolidate. As his special advisor on media, I know that he had an insatiable love for education. He's always talking about the children of the poor. You know, he had a foundation, Oladipo Diya Foundation, but that is one part of him that I know he was not able to, fulfill.
His family speaks on what the man, Lieutenant General Donaldson Oladipo Diya, meant to them.
He died at the hospital. They took him there around 11:30, 12. Yesterday night. I think he gave up around 1 a.m. We've lost a man who virtually made every member of the family, myself inclusive. For now, no arrangement for now.
Born on Monday, 3rd April 1944, in Odubolu, Ogun State, the former military governor of Ogun State attended Yaba Methodist School, Lagos from 1950 to 1956, and proceeded to Odubolu Grammar School from 1957 to 1962. He was commissioned a second lieutenant in March 1967. He became General Officer commanding 82 Division Nigerian Army in 1985. Ivy Kano, TVC News, Lagos.